No sir, not again. It's the Gruesome Twosome and we're back with another video. Now, you may be surprised by my surroundings. It's because I just moved into an apartment and I'll be here for a year in Athens. I'll be away from Joe for a little bit, but he'll miss me, I know. But yeah, this is my new place. I got some cool colored lights just to get a different vibe. But yeah, I'm really happy to have a recording space. To have like a desk. Look at this. Can you hear that? It's a desk. I'm not in my dad's garage right now filming a video, so I'm really happy to have the opportunity to sit comfortably. So what are we gonna be reviewing today? I literally just got home from seeing The Green Knight. But honestly, this is more just a raw thoughts video. Because in the past 3 days, I've gotten to see 3 movies. One each night in the theater. It's because I'm so excited to be in theaters again. The tickets here are only like $5. So I had to steal. The Green Knight. The Green Knight is one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. It's mythical. It's very grim, very dark, very gritty. Very gritty. I think a lot of people are going to go into this movie expecting something different. Because on the surface, it looks like an adventure film, a knight's adventure, right? And that's not necessarily the case. I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, but again, these are my raw thoughts, so I might have spoilers. I'm just going to give you a warning now. But this movie is not a knight's journey. It's a thrilling, gritty movie that makes you ask questions. It kind of leaves you with more questions than it does answer, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for the movie. The movie has me encapsulated the entire time. I felt bad getting up to go to the bathroom, but you're chugging that soda and then but it was very thrilling. And I love the cinematography. The director and the cinematographer must have been working very close together because this is a movie that loves to take its time. A lot of newer movies have a lot of cuts because they're afraid that they're going to lose the audience's attention. But this movie is not afraid at all. In fact, it puts it in your face. It'll keep on one shot for so long. The opening shot especially, it was just still. And then it started moving and I'm like, okay, we're going to get some good cinematography with this movie. There's some freaky imagery. And they use a lot of natural lighting, which I admire, but I also kind of knock the film a little bit for. The reason being is because the daytime scenes look incredible. They look incredible. And then the nighttime scenes, it's really hard to see some stuff sometimes. Sometimes they're great, beautiful shots, but then other times, I just can't really see anything. And I'm like, this is a wide shot. I can see that. And there's I think there's a little black thing on the screen moving past. If it was supposed to be creepy, then I'd give it a pass, but it wasn't. It was just traveling. The main character was just traveling in the night, and I couldn't see him that well. And there were a lot of moments where I'm just like, this is a little too dark. Just visually, it's dark and hard to see sometimes. That's the only knock. That's one of the only knocks I have for the movie. It's pretty coherent. Our main character, they really made it to where I don't like him that much. They really subverted expectations with the main character. But he's unlikable, and yet I still want to see his journey. I still want to see where he goes. Again, the trailers make it look like the next Lord of the Rings or something, but it's far from that. It's a very sophisticated, very raw, gritty, creepy film. I'd say it's about as scary as It, Chapter 1. That's what I akin it to. It's about as scary as that movie. There's no jump scares really. It's just creepy imagery. You're afraid of what might happen next. The best way to describe this movie is unsettling. Extremely, extremely unsettling. They'll linger on some shots. Characters will say some things. Characters won't say some things, and that's even creepier. Like they're in the middle of a conversation, and then it's just like that. It's so creepy, but I love it. And I can see the budget limitations of this movie. So I can see why they use a lot of natural light, because it saves a lot of money. Obviously the natural light looks great, but for the night sequences, I think they knew that they couldn't really afford to get that equipment out there. Even the beginning credits, there's a lot of in association with this and partnered with this, and it's like clearly they had to go through a lot of loops to get this movie funded, but I'm glad they did. It's very good. It's a very good story to tell. Problems that I had, again, they just all lean on not having the budget for it, I think. For instance, the kingdom, the initial kingdom, you don't really get a grander scale, right? All you're shown is one location, and then you're shown the inside of the castle. And it doesn't give me a scale. Like, I see a king, I see a bunch of knights in the room, but I don't see a lot of citizens. You know, because citizens are supposed to outnumber the knights. You only see a few citizens at first. You only see 2 buildings, and you see interior 1 and interior 2. At the beginning, I don't get a sense of scale for what this kingdom is until the very end, where I can see where the budget went. Which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Clearly they had to work with what they had, and they did a very, very good job. It's just those things did bother me a little bit. And yeah, I like the main character, because he's shown to be everything that a knight isn't, and he's kind of a poser. He talks all this knight stuff, but he's far from noble. He's far from courageous. And the whole inciting incident of the film is him having some drunken confidence. And I think it's a very strong premise to put there. You get drunk and then you're like, oh, I can do this. I'm a courageous, brave boy. I'll do it. And then you realize that you made a mistake. And you have to suffer the consequences. This is kind of what he finds out. You can't pose as someone brave. You can't pose as a courageous knight. Otherwise, you're going to be put through trials that prove you wrong every single time. And that's really what I admire about this movie. It's very sophisticated, well written, well directed. The cinematography is incredible. And I was just on the edge of my seat the entire time. So, what do I give The Green Knight? I'm going to give it an A. I think it's pretty fair. But yeah, I'm really happy to be going to theaters again. It's kind of my favorite place to be, honestly. So thank you. I hope you like the colored vibe. I kind of like it. It gives me more chill vibe. I don't have to act as crazy. I just get to talk about movies, and this is what I love to do. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, have a great week. Yeah. Anyway, see ya.